All right, today we're going to talk about x-intercepts and y-intercepts and how to use them to graph. So make sure you put that at the top of your page and put today's date in the top right corner. All right, let's start with a couple definitions. First definition, x-intercept. And you guys have dealt with these before, but just to reiterate, the x-intercept is the value of x where the line crosses the x-axis, where y equals 0. And I'm going to show you guys this in a second. So make sure you write that down. X-intercept, the value of x where the line crosses the x-axis, where y equals 0. And then the y-intercept, basically the same thing, but on the y-axis. The value of y where the line crosses the y-axis, where x equals 0. So what exactly does that look like? Well, draw this graph. So we have our x-axis and our y-axis. And you don't have to make a huge graph. Well, let's say we have 2 points here, right here and right here. And that goes through them, right? Got a line there. So the x-intercept is wherever it touches the x-axis. Right here, the x-intercept is at 2, 0. It intercepts the line, the axis intercepts the line at 2, 0. It's when y equals 2. And look, when y equals 0. And look, y equals 0 here. So wherever it touches the x-axis is the x-intercept. Wherever it touches the y-axis, here it's at 0, 1, is the y-intercept. It intercepts that line on the y-axis. The y-axis intercepts that line. It's wherever they intersect. And notice, x is equal to 0 on the y-intercept. So this is the y-intercept wherever it touches the y-axis, the x-intercept wherever it touches the x-axis. So we're going to use this to graph. Okay, make sure you have all that written down. You know what? And let's write this down as well. X-intercept and y-intercept. Okay, so what kind of example does this look like? It says, find the x-intercept and y-intercept of the line 3x plus 4y equals 12. Use the intercepts to graph the equation. So we're going to use our x and y-intercepts for this, and here's how you do it. Let's start with the x-intercept. We're going to find the x-intercept. And if you remember from the definition, the x-intercept is when y equals 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug 0 in for y. But let's write down the equation first. 3x plus 4y equals 12. We need to make y into 0 because the x-intercept is when y is 0. So we're going to keep 3x the way it is. That's going to become, that's going to become 0. And that says 12. So this is still 3x. 4 times 0 is just 0. So actually we have 3x equals 12. And now it's just an easy equation, right? You divide by 3. Divide by 3. So x equals 4. So our x-intercept is at 4. And actually, our x-intercept is when y equals 0. So our x-intercept is actually at 4, 0. And let's take a look at our y-intercept. Our y-intercept, remember, is when x equals 0. When x equals 0. So instead of making y 0, we're going to make x 0. So let's write down our equation again. 3x plus 4y equals 12. And we're going to make x 0. So 3 times 0 is just 0, so I'm not even going to write it down. But we have a 4y left, and we have a 12 left. So now we just solve the equation. Divide by 4, divide by 4, y equals 3. And remember, x was 0, and y is 3. So that point is actually 0, 3. Now we have 2 points. We have our x-intercept, we have our y-intercept. And all we did is make the opposite one 0. For the x-intercept, you make y 0. For the y-intercept, you make x 0, and then solve. So what does that look like when we graph? And you have to draw this graph, because that's the whole point of this, right? All right. Not the prettiest graph, but it'll work. All right, so we have 4, 0 right there, and 0, 3 right there. So that gives us a nice graph. And all we did is find the intercepts. And we could actually find the slope from here and stuff like that, but that'll be for next lesson. All right, try number 2 on your own. Okay, welcome back. Find the x-intercept and y-intercept of the line 4x minus 3y equals 12. Use the intercepts to graph the equations. So let's start with the x-intercept. Remember, for the x-intercept, we want to make y 0. So we're going to start with this, and we're going to plug 0 in for y. So that's just minus 0, because 3 times 0 is 0. So that's 4x equals 12. Divide by 4, divide by 4, x equals 3. So our coordinate is actually 3. And remember, we made y 0, 3, 0. What about the y-intercept? So the y-intercept, we're going to make x 0 this time, because you do the opposite one. So that, the x is going to be 0. 4 times 0 minus 3y equals 12. And what's interesting about this, well, that becomes 0, right? But it's a minus 3y. So that's actually going to stay a negative 3y. Just like if we did keep, change, opposite. It would be negative 3y. All right. Here you're going to divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. That cancels. We have y equals negative 4. So our coordinate here is actually going to be, we made x 0 to find the y-intercept, so it's going to be 0, negative 4. And now we just graph it to figure out what the graph looks like. We just graph those points, those x and y-intercepts. All right, so 0, negative 4, and 3, 0. And we get a nice positive slope. All right. Remember, for x-intercept, make y 0. For y-intercept, make x 0. Great job.